What's up, guys? Welcome back to Redline Reactions. I'm Evan, and we are back on this dark and gloomy morning with a little bit of Dimash to brighten the day. We're going to be looking at The Story of One Sky, live from Almada. Let's dive right in.
Can't believe what's happening at all. Hyper's crazy, we report to fall. We are the reason we're causing all that pain. To the secret one that gives us life. Billions of hearts, billions of cells and souls and dreams, billions of lives shouldn't ever turn blue as a sorrow so distant.
I mean, right from the onset, he has that, we've talked about it before, that breathy quality to him that he can go down to where most of us, when we speak or sing or or whatever, there's a very specific moment where we go from just breathing to, oh, there's sound. Not him. He blends it together almost perfectly. Let's go back just a tad.
Our future is impossible to say. So when all the birds and vipers falling, we decide to start the training. We decide to follow their light. We are making final thought to run. We are choosing love. Learn to share again, learn to share again the love not shared. Learn to live again. We have passed the moment of invention. What did that mean? Do we have to stand?
shoot, I should have I should have waited a couple more seconds to pause it, I think. Um, I don't know why. Maybe I just haven't seen that many live performances of people, but especially there, I'm going to back it up so you can see it. But did anyone else get like Michael Jackson vibes just purely from the aesthetics of like what he's wearing? Question for you, if anybody knows. So, as I've said before, I'm not a vocal coach. I'm a vocal strength coach, right? So, I work on everything outside the throat. Okay, if it requires phonation, that is outside of my scope of practice, right? But like breath control, posture, like true like core engagement and recruitment, that sort of thing. I know a little bit, well, more than a little bit about sort of just the intricacies and dynamics of singing and phonation. But when it comes to, you know, how we can usually assign people, you know, bass, baritone, mezzo soprano, tenor, all those things, it seems strange and a little bit not borderline inappropriate to reduce someone like Dimash to a single category. But and it's very difficult to, just in general, right? So if there are any people who either know, who are experienced with this sort of thing, or who are vocal coaches watching this, welcome. But can you please tell me, because if you know, gun to my head, if someone said you have to put a label on him, I would probably say countertenor, right? Just with an asterisk on it, because the countertenor is, as far as I've been taught, is you know, I mean, it's above tenor, and it's typically a male who can kind of sing like a female soprano, but with sort of some additional like variations on it. And if I'm completely wrong, please let me know. But I was just curious. But let's go back and look and see if you saw what I did. As far as, so look at the shoes, look at the pants, look at how he's standing. Right here. Stop it. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. How low did he just go right there? Oh, we're going to go back and listen to that. Okay. Okay, so I mean, it sounds very, very much like a type of throat singing. There's obviously the kind of throat singing that a lot of us are, the kind of the stereotypical throat singing is where you can get uh, two distinct sounding notes running alongside each other. You don't hear as much of that here, but throat singing is sort of an umbrella term. There's different, pitches, there's different styles, there's different regions in which it has its own spin. But that was really cool, especially after going way up high. I mean, it just throws the audience for a loop. I mean, you go up super high and then you just hit them with a and I mean, the contrast is outrageous. Let's go back. That instrument, too, just goes.
Chosen, I've we need peace.
those are some heavy images right there at the end. Obviously, I was excited and happy looking for the vocals. Um, we'll just cut straight to the chase. So we'll just get it out of the way. Yeah, we do need peace everywhere for everyone, right? I think we need to stop killing people for, the God that they believe in. Stop hating people based on who they voted for in the last election. Stop, looking at people differently just because of their skin color. Stop it. Just stop all of it. Because look at the talent that we have. Look at the passion that we have. I mean, he's from Kazakhstan, right? There are untold numbers of people who are just as talented as him in every different respect in the world. Look at what we can do when we're not being horrible. Right? So if there's a lesson to take away from this, I mean, at the risk of, not being as hard as I should be, it's a good rule of thumb for everybody. Go out there, follow one rule. It's my number one rule. I have a sign hanging above my 5-year-old son's bedroom door. It just says, "Don't be a dick." Just don't be a dick. The world will be so much better if everyone chose to wake up every morning and not be a dick. Now, let's get to his voice. Holy Moses. There were screams there at the end. That's my jam. There were screams. There was, his unbelievable highs. Now you see why I was hesitant to say, like, oh yeah, he's just a countertenor. But his lows, I'll need to go back a little bit later and check, like, did he do a false fold growl there? Or did he just, I'm not even going to try doing it right now, but he got really low and sort of twisted sounding in the best way. Unbelievable. Yeah, some of those visuals are going to stick with you. They should stick with you anyway, but especially as a parent, those hit you a little bit differently, don't they? In his stage presence. So I haven't given this much thought. Perhaps it's just because I made the aesthetic connection to Michael Jackson there. But obviously Michael Jackson was an otherworldly performer on stage, right? Admittedly, I have not watched pretty much any Michael Jackson. It just wasn't really my style of music. I'm not saying it was bad, it just wasn't me. But I know many of you have. Is there a similarity there? Even though the music is different, is there a similarity? And furthermore, is Dimash, and listen, I know there's going to be a lot of the deers in here. Take off your deer hat for just a second. The answer might be the same, but is Dimash the best live performer in the world right now? And where does he compare overall? Now, I as I say that, I realize that's such a broad question, because it's like, okay, well, what do you define as best? And so I guess there really isn't an answer for that, because for instance, I've seen a bunch of a bunch of live performances of Slipknot, and that looks like so much fun for me. Now, I'm going to assume that a lot of the deers would not care for that, and that's okay. But I mean, for this style of music, let's say that, for like performance halls, solo acts, is he the best live solo performer in the world today? That's what I want to know. This song came heavily requested, and I can see why. I've joked about it in the past. Like, Dimash's range no longer surprises me. Okay, it doesn't mean that I've heard everything that he can do, but the secret that is his unimaginable vocal range is no longer a secret for me. But it's how he chooses to use it that is constantly putting me on my backside. And this was no different. I think this may have been, of all the songs I've listened to, so I've done Ika Naide, I've done Stranger, I've done SOS. I feel like there was one more. But I don't think those incorporated, because what we had his highs, we had his sort of operatic belts, we had his screams, we had throat singing, we had whatever the hell that, I'm just gonna call, until I go back and look, I'm just gonna call it a false fold growl. We had everything in this. That was unbelievable. So as always, whether you are a card carrying member of the Deers or not, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and then jump down into the comments and tell me what you want me to do next. Okay. If it isn't abundantly clear already, what you say in the comments directly influences what I do. Okay. I'm not going on to Spotify or typing into Google like Dimash, biggest songs. No, I'm listening to you in the comments. So blow the comments up, subscribe, like the video. Okay. You guys have been amazing with that so far. Please keep it going. And yeah, I'll see you down in the comments and we'll keep this train rolling, baby.